Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Disillusion Plays The Great Ace Attorney 2. Resolve.
We finally got there!
We finally finished the first one. We finally got through The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. See, I realized that I opened this with welcome back to another episode, but this is the first one of us doing this one, so yeah, that was probably a bit stupid.
It's us doing another episode, I guess.
Us doing another recording of something.
Of something.
How many episodes did the first one take us?
59.
59.
Yes.
59.
A really irritating number.
Yeah.
It's like, not really nice. And it's not a round number, which is a good number. So, it's frustrating.
Not really, no.
No.
Just got what you meant then.
Ho, 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 ho. And as you can see already, we're already deviating off topic. So, before everybody goes away, before you, the viewer, completely lose interest, let's tell you who we are and let's get going. I'm Pete.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Taylor.
Nice.
And we play the games and do the voices.
We do play the games and do the voices. If you don't know, we voice the characters in these because that's our thing.
Yes.
And so, let's get on started.
Also, if you like what we do, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and leave a comment down below.
I was gonna wait for us to get a little bit in before I did that.
Yeah, well.
This time, because it's the first episode. Oh, a tree.
We didn't communicate
Now,
that before.
Come on, everybody. We need to concentrate.
Oh no, is that her dad? Standing here in the bright sunshine, looking out over the vast ocean. Those days in London seem like a dream. But I do miss my time in England's vast capital.
Hello.
You know, he's flourished into a truly wonderful lawyer. I've no doubt that at this very moment, he's fighting some noble cause in court. This is really sad. Forgive me for taking so long to come visit you. My life has been such a whirlwind since I returned. And no one could have predicted what has happened. Or is it Kazuma? Just 2 months after arriving home, I find myself faced with another awful crime.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh!
Oh,
it's
Miss Brett's
Giselle.
back.
She's back.
Oh.
Fatale. So I came here today to ask something of you. Tomorrow, I shall be standing in court. For the only time in my life. As a lawyer.
Ooh.
Oh.
As a lawyer.
Oh.
Nice.
Team girls!
Snap!
Oh!
I did not expect that.
So please, I ask for your guidance. Kazuma-sama.
Oh, it is Kazuma.
Yeah.
See, they're trying to lead you on. They're like, oh, look, Ryunosuke is dead. No, he's not.
Well, no, because her dad
Oh,
was
as you say,
poorly, so I thought it was her
yeah.
dad.
Well, that's fine, Susato, but just don't ask for help with any tongue twisters.
Oh, dear.
You what, mate?
Cockney Kazuma. Go on, Susato, you can do it. Go on, Ryunosuke. Go on, Rio. You've got this. 30th of August, 8:26 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature. Yeah, that's another thing.
Judicature.
That's another thing about the way we play games. Sometimes we can't read words and we sound like idiots.
We are idiots.
So, every time, every episode, at every point, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's basically us. We are indeed bumbling.
We play the games, do the voices, and regularly stumble on the things we try to say. That's, it's not quite as pithy a tagline, but...
We are idiots. Make no mistake.
Play the game, do the voices, fall over ourselves.
Yes. Defendant's Antechamber number 3.
Here I am again after 9 months. The Supreme Court of Judicature of Japan. I have to say that slow because I can't say for some reason when I do say judicial or anything to do with justice, judicial or anything, as Susato, I cannot say it. It just goes.
No, it goes judicial. Come on.
I feel so nervous, but I must steel my nerves and find a way to compose myself. Oh, hello,
Mr.
Father.
Mikotoba. Oh, good. Oh, yeah.
It doesn't do for a lawyer to be late.
Oh, yes.
But the judge can show up 3.5 hours late. I
yeah.
suppose the supreme magistrate or whatever the frick his title is.
Oh, yes. Good morning, sir.
I hardly recognize you. You cut a fine figure, counsel.
Sounding a little bit like the
That's
judge.
a little creepy. It's a little creepy, pal.
And you look as white as a sheet. And those wide eyes aren't doing you any favors
She's
either.
turned into Ryunosuke.
She is.
Oh,
She
dear.
has.
The truth is, I'm so incredibly nervous. I feel utterly nauseated.
And she has turned into Ryunosuke.
What?
She has turned into Ryunosuke.
Yeah. I almost wish I'd never been born. Oh, dear.
Goodness. Not the sort of thing a father hopes to hear from his daughter, I must say.
This is literally just me doing the judge.
Yujin Mikotoba.
Mikotoba.
Sorry, Mikotoba. I can't even get my own father's name.
Well, her name. Can't even get her own name.
Ah,
Mikotoba.
Kazuma!
You have cursed me!
That was what's his face? Poet Man.
Poet man?
Soseki.
Sosuke, yeah.
Soseki, yeah.
Soseki Natsume.
You've cursed me!
Cursed! Cursed! Utterly cursed!
Professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. A man who, earlier in his life, traveled to Great Britain to study the latest advances in forensic medical science.
There she goes again, staring off into space while I just stand here. I better make myself look interesting, look like I'm in deep thought.
And of course, my brilliant father.
Oh, yes. I like the sound of that.
Oh, a mystery person. I have no idea who
Excuse me.
this could be absolutely any. Oh, it's a
Oh.
it's a girl. It's a lady.
Oh dear.
What do we think?
Voice.
I can fake this one if you don't want to have the extended conversation with yourself, Sarah.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Can fake it.
Would I be correct in thinking that you're to be my lawyer in court today?
Yes, that's right, miss.
Well, I want to thank you for agreeing to represent me. I swear on my life.
Oh.
Freaking kung
It's
fu
Susato.
stance.
It's a complete fabrication. This whole thing.
Oh, Membami?
Membami?
Rembami.
Ray-
Ray Membami, yes.
Yeah.
Membami.
Ray Membami.
Remember me.
Oh, remember me. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the pun. Remember me. That's the pun.
How clever.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
how so very clever.
Remember me. Born the same year as I, and my greatest friend.
Oh, the greatest friend that you didn't mention over the entire course of your 9 months in England, or on the ship over, or anything else. I mean,
I
I
never got a
oftentimes
chance.
don't talk.
She was too busy having to deal with Ryunosuke
Yes.
being
I
in
was
chains.
too busy babysitting.
But I feel very hurt, Mr. Zephyr.
Though unusual for a woman in our time, she works at the university research laboratory helping my father.
Oh, like a Dahlia
Well, that's
Hall.
not very nice, is it?
Sadly, she's the defendant in today's trial.
Oh, is she literally
Oh,
Dahlia?
dear.
Oh no. Accused of committing a truly awful murder.
Not a poisoning, I hope.
Oh god, no.
I think it's the stabbing.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Are you feeling all right? Since we've started talking, you seem, well, to have become a little flushed.
Oh my. It's just that you look so gallant and dashing.
Oh, sorry?
And when I fall under your intense gaze, it makes me feel rather bashful.
Oh, goodness, I don't think she knows. She hasn't realized who I am.
It would seem our little plan for this trial is going to work.
Have they dressed her up as a man?
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, you don't think?
Of course, because they didn't like.
They
trust
don't
women.
like. Yeah, they wouldn't let
Oh
women.
my
Oh
goodness.
God.
That would be funny.
Oh God.
And then we walk in and it's just the model for Ryunosuke the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's Sasato.
So now I have
I
to.
suppose I could also just do Hyoko's voice for her, given that she's kind of like the same aesthetic with the kimono and everything.
Yeah, but she doesn't look like she's
I
going
don't
to turn
think
on and
she's
go
a
like,
little brat,
oh,
though.
what do you think you're doing? You little pig barf.
Yeah, I don't think she's quite as bratty.
No.
Ray.
Sorry, did you?
Oh, whoops. Oh, what do you mean, Professor Mikotoba?
Mikotoba.
Mikotoba?
See, I don't know if it could be either, but.
So there was
Oh,
when
this is oh no.
It's like the syllables. It's
When the-
Mikotoba.
it's
Yeah.
when the trailer came out, there was
They
like
say
there was
Mikotoba.
a line where Sasato spoke and it's like Sasato Mikotoba.
Okay.
Mikotoba.
Sorry.
Ah, yep. That's what they've done, all right.
What?
Oh, they have. Oh no, they
If
have.
even your best friend can't see through the disguise, I think we can relax.
Oh, oh boy.
Oh no.
Disguise?
Yes, I've never tried dressing this way before, of course, so I wasn't sure how convincing it would be.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see this.
But this does make me feel a little relieved, as you say, Father.
Father?
I'll let you two catch up for a moment.
What? Is that you, Susato?
I'm so sorry I didn't say something sooner, Ray. It's just that.
No! What are you doing? What's going on? What? That varsity uniform! That varsity cap!
I read that as varsity bulge. I legitimately read that as varsity bulge.
Whoa!
Oh my
now.
goodness.
Whoa,
I was like,
whoa,
wow,
whoa.
she was really committed to the bit. But no, that is not what that said.
Shoved a couple of socks down there.
Well, I've got to commit.
That varsity cape! That varsity badge! Look at you! You look for all the world just like a student of the Imperial University! A male student!
I'm so glad you think so. It means all my preparations have been worthwhile. I woke at 4 this morning to make a start.
They probably shouldn't be talking about it in the antechamber
no.
with the guards present.
This sounds very suspicious, I have to
Oh
say.
God, have I got to make her put on like a male voice as well? Like, yes, well, I'm the lawyer here.
Well, I'm trying to think how Sasato would sound because obviously with her being a little bit more
I
breathy
know,
and
I don't
whatnot-
even know how to do this.
I don't even like.
Unless I just do her as like I normally would, but
So
yeah.
Sarah's playing a woman who's disguised as a man, so she has to do a woman doing a man's voice, and then I'm a man doing a woman's voice. Very confusing.
And I'm
But I
just having a
don't
good time.
understand. Why are you dressed like that?
Well, you see,
It was the only way. The only way she would be permitted into the Supreme Court to take on your defense in this trial.
My defense?
never before in my life have I felt so frustrated at having been born into this body.
Curse you, Japanese culture.
Yeah. Courts in Japan are barred to women. We're not even allowed to set foot inside a courtroom.
How's she supposed to defend herself?
I'm trying to think how she was able to get in the first one, you know, when she sort of rushed in to help Ryunosuke, but I suppose it was only very
It was
brief.
only briefly, wasn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
and Giselle Brett was allowed in the courtroom.
But she
kind
had
of different though, 'cause it was the
maybe it was
they
because
had the alliance, didn't they? So I suppose they couldn't really.
yes, I was going to say I wonder if there was a bit of cash flow there that kind of like made them because they wanted to. They were just starting to make the alliance, weren't they? Between Britain and Japan, and so they kind of wanted to tread very carefully. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why they allowed it.
Maybe. Despite the fact that the laws of the land apply to all people, male and female alike.
But women are forbidden.
Just for today, I'll be leaving my true self at the courtroom door, so that I can act as your lawyer.
Oh, Susato, you'd go to such lengths for me?
Yes, friend that I've never mentioned before in the entire course of the first game.
I didn't mention for an entire for 50.
Not even a comment in passing about like,
No.
oh boy, I sure do miss my friend back home. You could say she failed to remember her.
Oh.
And there we go.
Mic drop.
The reason for
She
the
forgot to remember her. Ray Membani. Anyway, you get it.
Of course.
This is a good time to mention my greatest friend, Earl Duffy, who is actually a very critical part of this show, and I just haven't mentioned him in all of the episodes that we've done.
Earl Duffy.
Earl Duffy.
Earl.
That wasn't a pun. It was just a name.
Oh,
on it.
right. I was going to say.
I was like,
I was.
the cogs were turning
I was
there for a
frantically
minute.
trying to decipher it,
Yes,
only to learn
not a pun.
that there was nothing to find at the end.
There's no pun there.
You dangled the carrot.
Okay, I'm sorry. My dear friend Joe Mama is actually a very important part of this group.
Yeah, and their brother D's.
For God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anyway.
Right.
Of course. Of course. You're my greatest friend. I just
Did
worry
you
that
talk
I
about me to Ryunosuke or anyone else over there?
Let's not talk about them.
Yes, of course. Every day.
I just worry that I shan't be the lawyer you deserve.
Oh no, I have complete faith in you.
No, don't say that. Ray.
It's so strange, though. I mean, you're such an accomplished judicial assistant already. And yet just because you're a woman... What a wretched reason! I mean, why shouldn't you be allowed in court? You're so gallant and dashing.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
Ree.
Ray.
Ray.
You said Ree.
Yeah, because remember.
No, but that's the
Ray.
pun.
Well,
But it's
it is
Ray.
Ray.
Okay, Ray then.
It's Ray.
Ray Ayanami.
Please don't look at me like that with those flushed cheeks and doting eyes.
Have you
I'm
forgotten?
already
who I am?
writing the fan fiction. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just... You really do look so dead.
Are they gonna show us what she looks like?
I hope so. In court, I think.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Yes, you mentioned that once or twice.
Oh, this is why people commented to say don't change the uniforms yet.
Oh.
Because it would have been, yeah, I
yes.
bet it would have overridden it and it would have looked rubbish.
Yeah.
Right.
It would have looked. Yeah, it wouldn't have kept the ruse going
Yes,
as well.
it makes sense.
I see.
It does
Thank
make
you
sense.
for mentioning that.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't going to
She
turn him on
walks in dressed in a pink bunny outfit.
because, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not very keen on the designs.
Yeah.
Like, they're okay, but I'd rather just play the game normally.
Like Cesato's alternative outfit just looked really strange, like the sort of the steampunky sort. It doesn't look right on her.
No. No, especially considering her personality. I mean, as I say, it's a cute design, but it's not the sort of thing that... It kind of breaks the immersion just a tad. Just a tad.
Yeah.
You should be pleased. It means you look convincing as a man. Honestly, I mean,
I am
you're the
pleased.
son I've never had. The son I always wish I had.
There we go.
Thank you, Father.
You're
Your
welcome, dear.
loving words. I am pleased. I think it certainly helped to bolster my confidence today.
Oh no, the background has faded away.
Ray, you're managing to put on a brave face in all this, but I can see through it. I've noticed how your shoulders are slumped and how you're trembling ever so slightly.
Oh my, you're admiring me that much, are you?
No?
Susato, you do believe me, don't you?
Well, let's just establish something here. Are you the defendant? And
Yes.
this is an Ace Attorney game. That means that then I think we've established all we need to know, unless they're going to buck the trend.
I didn't do it. I couldn't have. I mean, murder.
Of course. You have nothing to worry about. Your conscience is perfectly clean. Isn't that right?
Yes. Yes, it is. Perfectly clean.
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind about your innocence.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, just give it about another 10 to 15 minutes. Don't worry about that.
Which is why I'll stand by you until the bitter end in this trial. Whatever happens, I will always be on your side.
Even if it turns out that you are actually the murderer. Oops.
McGilded.
Oh, I suppose there was
Oh,
that.
that sounds a little bit like slander, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose there was that.
Yes. Because that's what it
And
means.
Matt on guard.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
Yep.
Because that's what it means to be a defense lawyer.
That means so much to me, Susato.
Well, no. Well, so we're not in England.
No, we're not.
Defendant, counsel. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once.
For a moment there, I thought it was the judge.
Yeah,
And
so,
then
oh,
it's
oh.
like, hang on a second.
You should go in at once, Ray.
I just said that.
If you're late, the judge won't hesitate to pronounce you guilty.
Wasting time.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Oh, stand aside!
I don't think I've ever seen her run so fast.
Well, Susato, you've certainly surprised your father.
The clock's still ticking there. You're gonna represent her.
Going to such lengths to be admitted into the courtroom, and with no prior experience of being a lawyer.
Bill, I feel like we should probably report this to the proper authorities. Yeah, I reckon so, Bert. This sounds a little bit concerning, if I'm to be honest.
There was simply no other way. That's all there is to it.
In fact, actually,
I'm sorry, did you say you were a woman that was dressing up right within earshot of us?
Actually, Bill, if we do report this, if they accept this and everything goes through the proper channels, maybe they'll extend our visas so we can stay in the country for longer.
Oh, that'd just be swell. I quite like it here. Job's relatively easy so long as you pay attention
And stand
and listen to things that are happening a couple feet away from you.
And most importantly, stand perfectly still. I mean, completely dead to the world.
But Father, you haven't told her, have you? I mean, I'm right in assuming that Ray doesn't know how it came to this.
Yes, quite right. I've kept that information from her.
Oh, secrets.
It would only worry her if she found out that no other lawyer would agree to take her case.
Wait, what? What?
I didn't want to
nothing.
burden her with that. Nor you. Oops.
And is it true? The reason why every other lawyer is refusing to take the case?
Yes, because Giselle Brett was quite a, how should we say, cow.
Is it really because of who the victim was?
We should be making a move now, too. As you know, law isn't my field, but I'll do what I can to support my student.
Thank you, Father. Oh,
You're
don't call me
welcome,
Father
son.
in the court.
I mean, Susato.
You're welcome, son.
I'm Susato Mikatoba, a judicial assistant. 8 months ago, I accompanied a student of law on a study trip to Great Britain. But 2 months ago, due to unforeseen circumstances, I found myself back in Japan. How many times I have wished that he were here, I wonder. Still, I have no choice now but to steel myself for the trial ahead. Wish me luck, Naruhodo-san.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Where did that voice come from? How could
Oh,
he
no,
hear
I'm
me?
hearing things.
Do we have a psychic link?
I mean, practically.
13th of August, 9 a.m., Supreme Court of Judicature, courtroom number 1. I don't know what's with the X. Oh, it is!
there
Oh,
she
for
is!
God's
Oh, my
sake.
goodness!
Wait, I didn't see it. Oh, no. I wasn't looking.
I didn't see it very well either.
I was looking at Ouchie.
Oh, it was funny.
This court is now in session to hear the trial of Ray Membani.
The prosecution is fully ready to proceed, Your Excellency.
Oh, wow!
Oh, she's so
Oh
cute.
my,
She
she does
looks
look
adorable.
quite gallant.
She's so
She's-
cute.
Oh, she reminds me of Naruto from Persona 4.
She does! She does!
It's the hat.
Oh my god, that is so adorable.
It's so cute.
I love it.
Defense counsel, are you ready?
Yes, Your Excellency. We are ready.
Oh,
Ready?
oh, there we go. Literally,
Ready?
there we are. Literally, Ryunosuke's animations there.
Yes, counsel. According to your registration details, your name is,
Oh God,
Oh
what's it?
no, what's the name gonna be?
Sun Sato Ryutaro Naruhodo.
Okay.
Is that
Ryutaro.
correct?
Ryutaro.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes, I had to come up with a suitable male name for you for this little venture.
I feel as if my copyright is infringed upon.
So, your name appears to be Phoenix Wright. Not quite sure where that's come from. So I'm afraid to say I simply put down the first name that sprung to mind.
I'm sorry. What did you say? Could you please speak up? Because obviously I did not just hear you claiming to have falsified details of the defense counsel next to my courtroom bench.
They're not very subtle, are they?
Well, the thing is yeah, there's not because this isn't a modern.
What you
courtroom,
can't see
there's
is
no
the
microphone.
cone of silence that he's erected around them.
Cast silence upon the entire courtroom.
Oh my goodness.
Well, counsel.
Yes, that's right. That's me. I mean... Yes, I'm Ryutaro. He who has vowed to uphold the pride of the great Naruhodo clan.
You know, that name sounds awfully familiar. Oh well. I've slept since then, so...
My goodness, Susato, that's quite the voice that you have. Quite some interesting pipes.
Okay.
It seems Ryutaro may need to consider how better to uphold his manly act first, and not overdo it.
Well, that seems to be a very strangely expository statement, but you know.
And those wild, wide eyes aren't doing you any favors either. Just relax.
I want you to know that I can hear you. This is not a situation where I cannot hear what's going on. I probably should just throw you out right now, but I'm just so curious to see how this all ends.
I'm morbidly fascinated. Just relax and listen.
Naruhodo?
Yeah, a fresh face in this courtroom, if I'm not mistaken. But the name Naruhodo, would that perchance be...
You may be thinking of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, currently in Britain as part of a study program. This is,
His cousin.
That's right. Ryutaro here has been studying in the provinces, but was called to the capital for this trial. I assure you, in matters of law, his knowledge rivals that of any of Tokyo's preeminent lawyers.
Any of them.
Yes, don't overdo it.
What a pitiful situation.
Bit like your hairdo.
Having been rejected by every lawyer in the capital, the accused
Wait, what?
has had to call in a country boy. Were you gonna say something, Taylor?
I was just gonna say, wait, what? I have? Really? How dare you?
Oh dear.
Susato is every bit as gallant and dashing as any of you Tokyo attorneys.
Ray, shut up.
I'm sorry, what was this now?
Ray, shut up.
I won't have you making fun of her. I won't have you making fun of her.
Huh?
Yes, her? What?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Please be careful, Ray. Oh no, sorry. Please be careful, Ray.
What an unrefined tomboy we have here. But I wonder, is your gallant and dashing lawyer up to the challenge of defending you? His wide, skittish eyes very much suggest that he is not. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that voice.
Yeah.
It's so bad and absolutely not Japanese in any way. It's Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. The Brooklyn is back.
The Brooklyn never leaves.
I'm so nervous. standing in his shoes, I am starting to understand what Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, eyes are wont to flit.
Right then. Well, I'm apparently just going to forget that entire conversation and very suspicious slip of the tongue and proceed on to the court case because I don't have object permanence and I'm going to go play with jingly keys after the court case is done. The case to be heard on this day is a matter of great significance to our national interests. In fact, it would be reasonable to assume that the outcome of this trial may well affect the very future of our empire.
Just like the trial 9 months ago. And yet, for proceedings of such importance, we have this unknown yokel by the dock. Dear me.
Perhaps this would be an appropriate moment for me to assess the defense.
Uh-oh.
To determine whether you are sufficiently competent to practice in this courtroom.
9 months ago, when a certain other Naruhodo stood where you are standing now, this same judge tested him as well. And even though he was just a student at the time, not even of law, he passed the test with flying colors.
Yes, in retrospect, we actually determined that that was insufficient criteria to determine legal qualifications. So we've actually obtained this 500-question multiple-choice test. You've got 5 minutes, and you may begin now.
An absolute silence. For a trained and experienced judicial assistant like you, this'll be easy.
So, counsel, do you consent to answering some simple questions?
Oh, she's lost the
she's
coat.
lost the cape. All right. It's time for me to prove myself. Or maybe she should mimic Ryunosuke. Yes, Your Excellency. But please do make them simple.
Very well. To start with, you will state the name of the victim.
That is simple. I couldn't forget that if I tried.
Even if I didn't mention it for 9 months.
Ah.
Has she forgotten?
What's the matter?
Now that I'm standing in his shoes, I'm starting to understand something else Naruhodo-san goes through. Like it or not, minds are wont to blank.
Susato, you're not really telling me you forgot the name of your best friend who's only been established today, have you?
Not surprising, really. It's your first time in this position, and in that guise. Even a bright spark like you is bound to flicker and falter a little under the circumstances.
Oh dear, this is a dismal failure.
Don't fret. You need only use the knowledge you've gained as a judicial assistant to overcome the problem.
This isn't even a judicial assistant thing. This is just kind of like a basic, fundamental issue.
Huh? Of course, the court record. Yes, the answer will be in amongst all the key information about the case in the court record.
That's right. Just use this.
Oh.
Just press RB to open the court record.
Father, are you insane? What's the RB?
is this?
What is an RB?
What does he possibly mean? What could he have meant by this?
Well, I'm afraid I can't repeat myself, dear.
Listen very carefully. I will say this only once.
I'm pressing
Sorry,
it
that's
now
an
and it's not
old
working.
comedy that probably no one has ever seen.
Then you need to flip to the people section with RB again. And don't take too long over it. His Excellency is watching you closely.
Yes, actually, I feel that it has been way too long for you to simply state the name of your defendant. I find you unqualified and ask you to leave the courtroom immediately. Goodbye.
All right. Check the court record with this RB thing, whatever it is. That's where the information I need will be.
Okay, post-mortem.
I'm very hurt right now, Susato. I just want you to know that.
Oh, it was the victim, wasn't it?
It was the victim, yeah, not the defendant, Taylor. Yeah, so Giselle.
Oh.
Yep.
Taylor didn't read the cards.
Taylor's doing it silly.
Taylor didn't read the
The
cards.
hair
No.
on his head, is it like a Magitama? An upside down
I mean, it kind of looks like it on that one.
Well, you know, I'm really into the Magadama. I really wanted a Magadama on my head.
I'm waiting, counsel. What
you go.
is the name of the victim in this?
Takatsuchi Ouchie.
My father, Eugene Mikoto.
Obviously.
Giselle
It's so
Brett.
tempting to do the others in case
I
they go,
know.
what on earth? What are you saying? Oh, can I please? I really want to. I'm sorry. I have to find out what's going to happen if we say that it's Uchi Ouchie.
Ouchie, ouchie.
Yeah.
The victim in this case is, yes, Professor Tactical.
Professor.
Prosecutor.
Prosecutor.
Oh my God.
You've done it again!
Prosecutor
Hey, Professor
Takasuchi
Edgeworth.
Ouchie. What?
The Professor
Did I say it again?
No, you said Professor the first time, didn't you? And it's like that. There's the joke of Professor Edgeworth.
Oh, yeah.
From a long, long time ago,
Oh
yeah.
my God, yes, Professor.
Oh my goodness.
God's sake. I can't do it. Susato, I know how you feel.
There's not even an F!
I know that! My brain didn't compute though.
What?
Why the sudden triumphant cry of yes? Are you threatening to kill me?
Oh.
She's you.
He seems angry.
And you're surprised? Did you consult the court record? You must look through it carefully.
Oh, yes, I did, of course. I looked at everyone on file. And I chose the person who features appeared to be the most deathly. I mean, he's 52. He's practically a corpse at this point.
I must say, this most unusual methodology of yours leaves me almost speechless. It occurs to me with renewed certainty that reading the information carefully is vitally important. I strongly recommend it.
Oh, dear. I simply can't ignore that imploring look.
Right before we ignore the
Your Excellency, please allow me to amend my answer.
Very
I don't know
well.
what that
I will excuse this incorrect response given your wide-eyed state of panic.
I just like that it's gradually becoming slightly more Yorkshire.
I don't know why.
Excuse me, Judge.
I just don't know what to do.
Have you
Excuse
seen this
me,
here
Judge.
evidence?
Now then. That
Oi,
what? Now what, mate?
What is the name of the victim in this case?
All right, we'll do it properly.
We'll do it properly.
I just really wanted to abuse.
Yes!
No, that's.
Oh, I've got to do her as like kind of like Ryunosuke.
Go on, you got to do the yes.
Yes. Yes. The name of the victim who lost her life in this case is Miss Giselle Brett. I don't know what to do with this voice. I really don't.
Giselle Brett.
All right. I mean, that kind of adds to it in a way.
A name that will,
More like Jezebel Brett. Oh,
a name that will never be forgotten in the courtrooms of our country, I'm sure.
Correct. And being a member of our empire's judiciary, you will be well aware of the significance of that name.
Yes, I helped bring her down, actually.
So, let me pose another simple question, which will hopefully not take you 10 minutes to find an answer to. As you know, Miss Brett was a visiting student from the Empire of Great Britain. Why, then, is her name indelibly associated with our own empire's judicial history?
Obviously, you won't have forgotten that case from 9 months ago.
Yes, obviously!
But if it's proving hard to recall the finer points, everything you need is included in the court record.
Obviously, I still.
Don't make me get out the egg timer. I swear I'll do it.
Obviously, I still remember.
Okay, so I guess.
It was murdering. It was murdering Iris's dad.
Iris's dad, yes, indeed.
Iris.
oh boy, I can't help but think about my father at this time. I wonder how he's doing over in Japan. I imagine he's super hale and healthy and hearty.
Yes, about that.
Yeah, okay. Right.
What's the matter, Ryunosuke?
That was the start.
Nothing.
That was the start of everything. Giselle Brett, behind the woman's student persona, was the face of ridiculous.
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria!
Oh, see, now look what's happening.
Stop it! No! We're going to make the judge angry.
Why is the save there? That's not what I
I
expected.
don't know.
Like there. Slot 1, please. I didn't realize I selected slot 3. I'm obviously some idiot. I have to know. I have to know.
Queen Victoria, obviously.
What?
Where did you say you found her? This person again? This lawyer?
This is some country-ass country you're from. Obviously not!
The Queen of England? Studying overseas? Oh, God.
I thought it sounded a little odd.
Leave me out of this. I'm sure you know all the details of the case in question from 9 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. How could I forget? I know every last detail about it.
Especially about the Queen.
Then what on earth was that absurd answer you just gave?
I'm not sorry.
No more absurdity, please, counsel, and also man playing the game. You will amend your answer.
I mean, I just figured that at this point we're not being penalized, so we have to do this
Yeah,
silly
yeah.
No,
answers.
I wanted to see what the Queen Victoria.
Yes, of course, Your Excellency. Did they both have to call my answer absurd? Behind the woman student's persona was the face of... Yes! Ow, my arm.
Oh, no. You're not supposed to hurt yourself
I
while you're
know.
playing.
9 months ago, a visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University was killed. And the culprit was... Giselle Brett.
Yes, she was a killer. Particularly terrible with her methods.
At the time, our country had just signed a new treaty with the Empire of Great Britain.
Yeah, I'm presuming this is Sato given the recap.
And it was in the midst of this delicate diplomatic situation that the incident occurred. An Englishman, Dr. John H. Wilson, was shot dead.
Iris is fine.
I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor.
Professor Mikoto.
Oh, I guess this is the judge.
I believe he was an associate of yours, Professor Mikotoba.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Mikotoba?
Sorry.
It's okay. I assumed it was...
Yes, I was indebted to the man. He'd been my mentor when I went to London to study forensic medicine. Indeed.
Look at that fierce gaze.
I know.
From Susato. Very serious.
Indeed. It was I who invited him here to Japan as a visiting professor at the university.
So you're responsible for his death. Understood.
Naturally, the murder of an Englishman on our soil was a matter the government wished to resolve rapidly.
Indeed it was, which is why a secret trial was conducted here at the Supreme Court.
Gormless face.
A student of the Imperial Yume University was arrested on suspicion of murder. A second-year English language student by the name of something, Ryu, something or other, Naru, Flangin, I don't know.
Ryotaro Naruhodo.
By the name of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. With the help of his best friend, who I believe was actually mentioned as opposed to not, a student lawyer, the accused conducted his own defense.
Hello again. It's me, Giselle.
And exposed the despicable crime committed by Miss Giselle Brett.
Oh, really?
And I'm not just talking about her crimes against fashion either.
Excuse me.
Miss Brett eventually admitted to her crime. However, when questioned about the motive that drove her to take Dr. Wilson's life, she gave no satisfactory answer before the trial reached its conclusion.
Immediately after the trial, the British government brought its consular jurisdiction into play. We were unable to sentence Miss Brett according to our empire's laws. It was decided that she would be removed to Shanghai, China instead.
Why Shanghai?
There's a British consular court there.
Correct. I oversaw the negotiations personally. The date of her transfer to Shanghai was finally settled upon only last week, so, she just kind of got to get off scot-free for 9 months, which might be a statement or condemning our broader judicial system to begin with, but that's a story for another time. All that remained of our empire's obligations was to see the woman safely on board a steamship, and we managed to foul that up.
And yet, the very day before her departure, the Englishwoman was killed.
Only the day before?
That will do. I'm satisfied that the counsel for the defense is sufficiently capable of representing the defendant. Though, honestly, I'm not quite sure how.
Even though she's got the same qualifications as a yapping dog at this point.
Well, that's very rude.
Or a parrot.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Over the first hurdle.
Stumbled, more like, but yes. Now, a summary of the incident, if you please. Prosecutor Ouchie,
That's
Prosecutor Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's me. YMCA. As is your wish, Your Excellency. As is your wish. The repugnant crime took place on the 11th of August in broad daylight. On the outskirts of the imperial capital, under a bright blue sky, at a secluded bathing spot by the sea. Is this so they can get the fan service in, or am I thinking?
No.
I mean, I hope not. Because
I hope not.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of game.
No, it's not Danganronpa.
No.
The incident occurred inside a small beach hut, erected for bathers to rest or change their clothes.
Oh dear.
The cause of death was a single stab wound to the posterior abdomen that pierced the victim's lung. An injury which proved fatal. There were 2 persons alone together in the beach hut at the time of the victim's death. Miss Brett in her bathing attire, although it looked an awful lot like a normal attire. If I'm
Let's say, is it just
Yeah.
just the same?
And the accused, Ray Mimbami. Accordingly, there can be no doubt of the accused's guilt, especially when we consider she had a powerful motive. The police arrived rapidly at the scene and promptly arrested the young lady. I do love his surprised expression.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm not entirely sure I understand what happened there.
Well, that extraordinary description of events leaves me somewhat lost for words, I must say.
That's certainly true. Prosecution's summary. It's full of words that raise an awful lot of questions.
It was full of words.
Words.
It's like, okay.
As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution. Pick up the prosecution counsel and what he said about...
Well, yeah, how did he know they were alone together?
What's the motive, though? What's the connection?
Yeah. I think almost any of these, honestly. Do you want to go motive or do we want to go being alone?
Yeah, let's go motive. Let's
Go motive. We'll go motive.
You're clearly exaggerating. Powerful motive is a blatant overstatement.
Is the yokel boy using long words he doesn't fully understand?
I beg your pardon.
No, I beg your pardon. No matter. Let us put this to the accused, shall we? Mimbami-san, you are a research assistant at the Imperial Yume University, I believe.
Yes, I am. I'm working with Professor Mikotoba in his laboratory at the moment.
Mikotoba. No one can say it.
I said Mikotoba.
Did Mikotoba?
I can confirm that. The defendant is an excellent assistant with a strong sense of responsibility.
Fascinating to hear. Now, another question. Prior to your work with Professor Mikotoba, whose research were you assisting then?
Oh, well, I was studying under John H. Wilson.
I'm sorry, do you mind, speaking up? I can't hear you.
I was studying under Dr. Wilson.
Dr. Wilson? The visiting English professor who was murdered by Miss Brett 9 months ago?
Okay.
The plot thickens.
The accused had a deep-seated respect for her former mentor, Dr. Wilson. Is that not true?
Yes, Dr. Wilson was a wonderful man.
Interesting.
I feel like I'm taking the piss with this voice, but I'm not trying to.
I think it sounds fine. Sounds good to me.
Better than mine. That's what Rufus's answer.
You're both doing great. Stop being so hard on yourselves. Why don't you guys leave a comment down below?
No, don't encourage this. No. I don't need all the hate, thanks.
Oh, don't be like that. We only have nice viewers.
I can't deal with the hate. if there is, will be any.
I'm sure people will be nice. It will be very nice. Interesting. Then tell the court what deep-seated feelings you had towards the English woman who killed him.
Well, obviously I was filled with hatred for what she'd done. A powerful hatred.
Oh no, Ray. Be careful what you're saying.
Ah, whoops.
The motive was revenge. Plain and simple, Your Excellency.
Well, it was clearly a trap all along.
How wicked of him to use Ray's undying respect for her former mentor against her like that. I must find out more details and something we can use to bolster our defense. As a lawyer, I really ought to pick up the prosecution counsel of what he said about...
Okay, being alone together,
guess
because
so,
how would he
yeah.
have known?
Membami-san.
Yes? What is it, Suzai? I mean, Naruhodo-san.
I really started to wish we'd made our alias Ryutaro Susato. Please tell the court why exactly you were present at the bathing spot with the victim in the first place, and why you were alone with her.
Oh, well, no, that's not true. I wasn't like that at all. There were other people present. A detective who was guarding Miss Brett, for starters. I was just asked to accompany Miss Brett as a companion, that's all.
Yeah, but
And
let
that
us
detective's name?
Dick Gumshoe!
But let us be clear. At the moment of her death, you were alone together with the victim in the hut. You and no one else. The truth is, there is only one reason why this young woman accompanied Miss Brett on her bathing sojourn, and it wasn't to bathe with her and admire her swimsuit. It was because it was the accused's last chance to take the victim's life.
No!
Because, as we know, the following day would see Miss Brett extradited to the British authorities in Shanghai. And the accused would never have an opportunity to dispatch her again. Got him.
Kindly refrain from conjecture, counsel.
I'll get you next time.
The prosecution counsel seems to enjoy using provocative tricks like that. But for now, at least, we need to assemble more facts. Try not to let him go, dear.
Oh dear, this is really terrifying. His father's right. We need more information. As a lawyer, yeah, okay. Do we have to just do all three?
Yeah, maybe we do.
Guess, yeah.
Maybe we do.
If I may, Prosecutor Ouchie. I nearly said Professor again.
Professor.
It's because there's Professor
I know,
Mikotaba as
yeah,
well.
No, you're right.
And I just see Pro. I just...
Professor Edgeworth. What?
Actually, I think you were the one who did that, Pete.
Yeah.
Because I think he was like,
so it wasn't me.
I was talking to Professor Edgeworth, and we were like, Professor Edgeworth.
No, it wasn't you in the first place. It's just recalling back that thing. Not to mention that it's other people have done it. Like there's whole freaking like videos on YouTube about it, like animations and stuff that people have done calling Professor Edgeworth. I'm not the only one.
Call him Barrister Ouchie. That would be more in line with
Oh goodness. What do you want, you fresh-faced young yokel student?
I wonder, could you explain, please? You mentioned a bathing spot?
Oh, yes, I did. Ha! My apologies. Clearly, my modernity has confused the poor country bumpkin's simple mind. Bathing spots are the very latest trend in health practices from the West. We are told that bathing in the water of the ocean is curative, therapeutic, and excellent for the skin's...
No, that's not what I meant. I was referring to the fact that Miss Brett had, to all intents and purposes, been found guilty of murder.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, that,
Why
sure.
would a known criminal have been relaxing by the sea?
Well, I mean, I guess we don't know what necessarily these criminals do. I mean, they just kind of do what the heck they want, don't they? I mean, who can... Yeah, for old time's sake, I believe.
Sorry?
You're welcome. Miss Brett was to depart for Shanghai the following day. Her final wish, as it were, was to enjoy a day at our country's wonderful coast. And the British Embassy put extreme pressure on our government to comply.
But on what grounds would we agree to such a request?
Because we're kiss asses, that's why. I mean, because...
Because, as usual, our government is unable to stand up to foreign powers. In matters of diplomacy, it seems we don't even have the courage to decline the whims of a known criminal.
Don't look at me, Professor. It was the government who granted permission, not I. If it was me, I would have absolutely denied her, and I would have wrestled her to the ground and said, there's absolutely no way you can defy Tatsukushi Ouchie. But in any case...
Takatsuchi.
Takatsuchi Ouchie. There we go.
You said Tazakuchi.
I'm in the mispronunciation game, too. In any case, it was decided that with a dedicated detective on duty, nothing could go wrong.
Ah, a rookie mistake. But in fact, a murder took place.
I said, don't look at me. It was that young student girl who did it, not I.
Don't look at me. I wasn't the one who did it.
Don't listen to her. She's just a rookie student.
No one has
Don't
proved
listen
that
to
yet.
him. He's bald.
I'm not bald. Have you seen this hair on my forehead? Seen this hair on my forehead? What was that?
What was
like
that?
little slip at the end there.
I wouldn't provoke the man if you don't need to.
I believe we all have a clear picture of the incident now.
Despite her guilt being determined 9 months ago, Miss Brett managed to avoid incarceration, instead continuing her research work at the university. Obviously, after that period, she and Ray would have encountered each other on a number of occasions. Number.
Seeing the murder of the mentor for whom she had such great respect enjoying such undeserved liberty.
Yes, even if it was only temporary until Miss Brett's extradition to Shanghai. You can hardly blame Ray for her feelings of anger and resentment.
Poor Ray.
So, Your Excellency, if you'd be so kind as to peruse this exhibit. A photographic print that shows the scene of the crime immediately following the grim incident.
Oh dear.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, thank you, Counsel. A tragic image.
Oh, yeah, so she wasn't in her normal outfit. As you can clearly see, there is nowhere within the hut that anyone else could have hidden, except perhaps under the table.
Under a dress.
Or in the dress, yeah, under the dress. Or even
But
round
is
the
there
corner.
anywhere else where someone else could have actually hidden?
Oh no.
Is there anywhere
no.
what hide have done in their where do?
Because they certainly couldn't have gone out through the fabric on the sides unless it's not actually fabric. But anyway, that's all we have time for today, I'm afraid.
Oh.
You freaking
Just as if we're getting into it.
What? There's no way. We gotta get the court rolling. We gotta get the case rolling.
I'm the judge here, not you.
Why do I have to? Fine.
But thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in to this first episode of the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve 1.1 edition.
Final chapter prologue.
Please tune in next time for the continuation of this case. And again, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to receive notifications about when we post additional content, and do post comments as we do enjoy responding to them. And until next time, I guess be careful about changing in a bathhouse by yourself in case someone stabs you.
See you later, everybody.
And remember, if you're going to act as a convincing male student, don't use Ryunosuke Naruhodo as your
Role model.
as your reference. It just makes you look guilty.
Guilty.
I resent that.
That sounds a little bit like slander.